here in Philadelphia. Now, because the hospital has more than one campus, I was told she was at one location. Then when I called that location, they said that she wasn't. So I don't like really know what's going on. I do know that my sister is ill. That is not a lie. She had not been out of her bedroom for about a month. She had not been to work for about a month. So all of that is true. And so I don't really know. I know that there was something wrong with her lungs, and she weren't doing well. She had stopped smoking cigarettes that we had been begging her to stop for years, but she stopped. And she wasn't well, and they took her to the hospital. And I just called, and she's at the hospital. The issue is going to be for me is I don't have a problem with going to see my sister. I need clarity as to where she is. So what will probably happen for me is over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I probably won't go. My niece tried to reach out to me, and because my son wanted to give her my telephone number, and I told him absolutely not. Last time I gave somebody my telephone number, they played on my phone. So if my son wants to call me and she's on the three-way, of course I'll talk to her. But to outright give her my number, I don't do that because I don't play on people's phones. So no. Yeah, anything that they need help with, I will certainly help them with it. Of course, wait a minute, I'm trying to take my phone, y'all. Hold on, and charge it at the same time. Probably gonna plug it into the outlet over here. So I'm responsive after being in the room for a whole month of being ill. She had not really come out of her room. Um, when it was time to be rushed to the hospital, my mother, who's right there with her, allowed her to ride in an ambulance by herself. So I don't, me and her just do things so totally different. Even in this situation, I would have gotten in the ambulance with my child, but hey, I don't. When I'm okay. My sister's in the hospital, Kim. She's not doing well, and she hasn't been well for a while. I guess um, she's in the hospital here in Philadelphia, and they've not really given me clarity as to what hospital that she's in. I called one location. They told me she wasn't there, and the other location told me something else. So I know she's there. I do know that. So I don't know what's going to happen to her, but I have offered for my son, who lives with her, to be her caretaker, not me. Let me clarify. It's not that I wouldn't take care of my sister. Me and my sister was not close before this happened. I would never not um, want to take care of my sister or anything like that. But my son is right there, and I am sure that he would take very good care of his aunt. I am more than confident that my 25-year-old, almost 26-year-old, would do an excellent job of taking care of his aunt. I am sure of that. 100% sure of that. I am. Yeah, I'm keeping my sister in prayer. She's not been well, not been coming down the steps. Uh, and my mom was saying she kept knocking on doors trying to find out if you see a person and they stop eating. Last week it was that I think she sent my younger son to the store to get something to eat, but she had not eaten for a while. That's usually a clarification that something is wrong. So I don't know why they weren't paying attention to it. But I mean, I'm not criticizing, but okay. Um, I can't, because I don't know exactly where she is, I can't race over there to see her. Maybe when she comes home, I can try to see her. I don't know. Um, as I told my mom, you still have a restraining order. I'm not going to jeopardize my freedom to come see my sister for your games, because that's what it equates to. My mom lied to the court. And my sister lives with her. So if I ever can't get down there to see my sister, it will not be because I don't want to. It will always be because my mom has that restraining order. So, yeah, it's not that I wouldn't go and see my sister. Of course I would. My mother has a restraining order that she lied to get. So see how when you lie, it comes back to hurt you. Her, it's not hurting me. I'm over here. I'm okay. So, my sister comes home and I can't get to go see her, it's going to be because of my mom. So I'm not going to jeopardize my freedom for anybody, especially somebody that told blatant lies for no reason. So you have to watch when you tell lies on people how to come back. Like right now, my sister is sick, and when she comes home, I'm not going to be able to see her because she lives with my mom. So I'm not going to place my jeopardy and freedom. And my mom at any given time can just go in there and call the cops and say, no, my sister is really, she's really, really, really ill, like ill, not going to be able to get back up and take care of herself ill. So, yeah, I'm not going to jeopardize any parts of my freedom for folks that have been acting stupid towards me. I love my sister dearly, I do. But sometimes folks play too much. And this is one of them times. And I've been telling you all for a while that my mom was very deceptive. She's a snake. And she is. See, you got a restraining order against me right now. But your other daughter is in the hospital right now. And it's not that I can't get to go and see her. They're calling me to come up there. I don't know where she is because I've been given wrong information. And it's too hot for me to be traveling on a bus and all that stuff. They just told me that my son's car got stolen last week. And for those of you all that don't know, my youngest son was in the military and he purchased the car while he was in the military. It was a used car, 2006 car, but he purchased it and he drove it all the way from Utah to Philadelphia. Came cross country when, instead of paying the money to have it shipped, he drove it here. Drove it here, was sitting in front of my mother's house. And see, the city knows that it's his because it has the Air Force tags on the back of it. So that's why I told my other son when my son was telling me this morning about my son's car being stolen. What I said to my son was, whoever stole my son's car, let him have it, because it needed a lot of work and it wasn't moving. So whoever stole it, God bless you. God bless you that you get ready to pour thousands into a car that's over 10 years old. God bless you. My son wasn't going to do it. That's why I was sitting there. He had offers for people to buy it. Right. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting my, what you call it. So I caught a little bit of Ness's live earlier. I don't know if Ness heard me when I said that the reason why I hadn't dropped down in her chat was because my son called me last night. Now, we was just talking. And I knew that my sister was home. Let me start off by saying that. I knew that my sister was home and she wasn't feeling well because she hasn't been. First of all, I want to apologize to y'all for falling asleep earlier. I took my medication earlier, my pain medicine. I don't take that every day. Took that for my back because I walked for 2 days, not walked 2 days straight. I'm talking about getting off the bus and walk some far distances. So my back probably caught up with me and my back was hurting. Now for these next 2 days, I'm not walking nowhere. I'm resting my back, my legs, and everything, as I should be. Kim, you live here in Philadelphia. You know where Tradifferent Township is. You know out there in Tradifferent Township, them bus stops is far. And I had to go out there the other day, and I just walked around until I found out where I was going. That's exactly what I asked somebody, and then I found it. So that's how that went. Hold on. So that's what I've been doing. If anything you all want to ask me, y'all can drop it in the chat. I wasn't able to go live on StreamYard. I'm over here. Today is today is Saturday, the 25th. There are about 6 more days left in this month. And so, yeah. My sister's birthday will be in November. Mm. My sister will be 60 in November if the Lord say the same. And out of the two of us, it's no secret that my sister is my mom's favorite child. I'm not really. It doesn't move me in any which way that she is my mom's favorite child, because even though she is, I still will get up there, get on the bus and go and see her. Hey Liz, hey Kim, Vibrant, Mimi, Tennessee Whiskey, Kenna. Let's see, Annie, okay, and anybody else. And the rest of the people that didn't drop down. Yes, my birthday is in August. My birthday is coming up, and this is Leo season right here. So I said I wasn't going to be on too much, but I want to try to get monetized. And the reason why is because, now I would have done it, this is the way that I would have done this with my sister. I would have moved my sister out of my mother's home to be taken care of. Now, although my son is there, my mom is a nuisance for real. If the decisions was left up to me, I would take care of my sister if she wasn't in my mother's home and it was just me and her. I could even bring my son there. That's how I would do it. But she has a daughter, so I can't step over her daughter. And I don't think that her daughter's in a position to do anything with her mom. I really don't know. So the very best that I could do right now is, yeah, I don't know right now. So I'll have to see how that's going to go. So it's a lot that I could do for my sister right now. The reason why I'm not going to do anything right now until I talk to my niece is because my niece is her next of kin, and all the stuff that I know about how things go, how things work. I'll wait to put those things in place. So yeah, that's how that goes. You know, it's very hard for me not to be. I can't say, you know, sometimes when people get sick, people always say that they're upset, they didn't speak to the person. That's not the situation with me and my sister. My sister, the last time I saw her, she was adamant about me not staying there with my mom, and that was fine. But see, now she is there with my mom. Will be there with my mom, or however it's going to work. I don't really know. I just really wish I had a house so that I could bring my sister and I could take care of her. Because I would take care of her without the presence of my mom. I would not want my mom to come around. If she wanted to see my sister, I would make arrangements to take her out of the home. Yeah, I wouldn't want my mom to come around. She's a nuisance. She's being a nuisance to me right now because she didn't even tell me this morning that my sister was in the hospital and I talked to her. Never even told me that. So yeah, that's how that's going. While I'm talking to y'all, I'm sitting here writing. All right, I'm writing. Any questions that y'all have for me, y'all can drop them in the chat. Now, for the 2 days or whatever that I'm going to be in the house, I'm going to devote to writing. And I think I'm up to chapter, let me tell y'all where I'm at. I'm up to chapter 12 right now. 13 and 14 will be next. And I'll probably do that today because it's so early. It's only 5 o'clock. I'm sure that I'll be able to do it. So that's what's been going on. You know, I want to say this about my sister because this is true, and this is true of me. Just because me and my sister were not close, that does not mean that I wanted anything bad to happen to my sister. I have never wanted anything bad to happen to my sister at all. Yeah, I can see you, Mimi, baby. really shocked when they told me that she wasn't well. And then, see, but she stayed in a house with people. And I ain't talking about myself, but my mom really has a lack of concern. How do you let somebody stay in your house for a whole month? They don't come out their room and you're not concerned. You tell me you keep knocking to the door. I'd have called the ambulance for you and went with you. Somebody stays in their room a whole month. You don't see them come. The one time my son said he went to the store and got her something to eat. That's right there concern. But like I said, my mom don't really care. That's why I don't really want to have too many more dealings with her. I called her a couple times about my sister, but that's about it. See, because she's the type of person that because my sister's her favorite child, this is breaking her heart into 1,000 pieces. So I don't have no long conversations for her at all. I don't. See, when I was there, she was only using me to clean her house and cook her food. It was no real care there. Her main concern was my sister. Now that my sister is not there, can't help her financially, she will try to shift the focus back on me. But no, you won't, because I'm not coming back. See, I see where this is going. No, you won't. I'm not coming back. Godspeed. And I mean that. I'm not being smart right now. But sometimes when parents spend 30, 40 years, 60 years, whatever, putting all their focus on that one child, then that one child pass away or get sick, now you want to talk to the other kids. Don't work like that for me. I saw that situation already. Mm-hmm. Well, Mimi, here's the whole thing. I have tried to get close to my mom, but what she always does is she uses my sons, and I don't like that. And she knows that. So we and her will never be close because I keep telling her to stop doing that. She keep trying to use my sons, and all that does is push me further away. When you want to talk to me, you talk to me. Don't use my sons. That's a no-no. I've told her that numerous times over the years, and she keeps doing it. So there is no ever get close with her, with me. That's never going to happen at all. But I'm glad, Mimi, that you and your mom and your daughter have a good relationship. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes you want to be close to people, and then their priorities are all twisted. For the 3 years that I stayed with her and was paying her rent, she's letting everybody run up and down, tell her, "Oh, put Catherine out. You don't need her money." That's why when my son called talking about she's struggling, am I to blame for her struggling? Could she have got more money? She certainly could have. Could we have negotiated? We certainly could have. But we can't negotiate my whole check. That's when I think something is wrong with you. When you think you should have my whole check. So now that she's over there, my son said my sister haven't worked in a month. Oh, well, that's life. You should have handled your business when you had a chance. And you didn't do that. You let other people run their mouth. You should have been running your business. Somebody from the outside should have never been able to tell my mom what she can do. Because all them people that was talking, guess what? They kind of silent now. See, them bills done started rolling in. My sister can't help her pay them. They kind of silent now. Oh, well. See, not only was I not close to my mom, when I moved back in 3 years ago, I was giving her more money than my sister was. I don't even really care about that because my sister was paying some of the bills and giving her some money. And you still didn't get ahead in the game because when you had lumps and chunks of money, you spent your money. So now you're in a conundrum. That's not my fault. It's really not. Yeah, it is. Hey Ness, hey Ness. So yeah, I'm over here. To my knowledge, this is July the 25th. I've been told that my sister's been sick for over a month. She hasn't been to work. She hasn't really came down the stairs. She stopped smoking cigarettes. Like I'm watching my mom be in the house with all these sick people around here. And Janie, you know how you is about to collect the insurance policies. You know how you had told me you was waiting for me to die so you can collect mine. See, it was funny when you said it to me. It was funny because you thought that when I went under that operating table that I was not going to wake back up. That's why you said that. You told me, I'm waiting for you to crack. I'm waiting for you to kill over. When you gonna die? Ain't that what you said, Janie? See, now that it's your favorite is sick. Oh, your heart is broken to 1,000 pieces. Oh my God, my daughter is sick. But when it was me though, and I had to go to the hospital, it was me. Jane, wasn't that you that came in my bedroom and stood over there and said, hurry up and die so I can get that $30,000? Wasn't that you? But see, now that your favorite daughter is sick, all the world must bow down because Lisa Louise Powell is over there in the hospital. She got two down the nose. Listen, I love my sister. I love my sister. I don't like her greedy vulture basket case of a mother. You would have to be that to tell your daughter that you're waiting for her to die. You got to be a basket case. Can't nobody tell me that you're not. You got to be a basket case because why would you tell your daughter, hurry up and die so I can collect that insurance policy? See, now that it's Lisa and she all sick with tubes and her. See, you're crying, your heart halfway done bust out your chest. See, God don't like ugly. You ain't had no business telling me that you was waiting for me to croak. When I went down there to that surgery, that doctor opened me up and got surprised with all the fibroids. But listen, look at you now. You done ran over there to the hospital talking about, I don't know what's wrong with Lisa. I don't know what's wrong with Lisa. Right. See, you heard now that it's your favorite. You're crushed like an olive about to be olive. You're crushed. You're crushed. You wasn't crushed when I was in the hospital last month. You was planning and plotting how to get me back so you can get a few dollars for them bills. See, I didn't know that my sister was sick while I was in the hospital. I didn't know that. Man, I don't know what happened, see? I ain't even really mad at my sister at all, to tell the truth. I'm not mad at her. My mother, you have always pitted my sister against me. See, now that she all sick, you done sit there and cried 1,000 tears. You probably got a box of Kleenex next to you. Probably done ran out that box, get ready to get another one. Ma'am, I'm not touched, moved, bothered by the fact that you done cried 1,000 tears because your favorite daughter is in the hospital. They say she got a tube down the throat trying to give her oxygen. I don't know. See, when I was in the hospital, I couldn't tell you that I was dead because you was waiting for me to die. Ain't that something? I was in the hospital, had 27 fibroids removed. I couldn't tell my mom because she was told me she was waiting for me to croak so she could collect an insurance policy. The hospital probably wondered why Catherine ain't had no visitors come see her. I ain't had no visitors because my own mama was waiting for me to croak. So since she was waiting for me to croak, I had figured not to tell her in case I had slipped away. But don't worry, my papers was in order. See, it ain't nothing slow about me. I tell y'all that all the time. I had a living will already put in place in case I would have crashed out on the operating table. My business was in order. I don't play them. That's why when people say, Catherine, you're kooky, baby, ain't nothing Catherine kooky about Catherine. As soon as that doctor told me that you had to go under that knife. Baby, I ran to the Staples and paid that $60 and got me a living will. I don't play them type games. That's why when people say, Catherine, you ain't got good sense. Baby, Catherine got good sense. I went and got my business affairs in order. I don't play no games. You ain't got to be rich to have your papers in order. You go right over there to the Staples and get your living will and fill out your living will so when you get sick, all your business will be in order. Ain't nothing slow about me. People say that. Ain't nothing, baby, my mind is, it was working when that doctor said, Catherine, I had to operate on you. I said, let me hurry up and get over here and go to this Staples and get that good living will so I could put my sons in charge of my affairs in case I croak. See, y'all be talking about Catherine ain't got good sense. I got better sense than some of y'all on here. I bet you some of y'all that's down and be dragging me and saying all sorts of types of nasty things. Bet you y'all ain't got no living will. I bet you y'all ain't got no advance directive. Ain't nothing slow about me. My business is in order. order, just like the acronym of God says. The acronym of the word God is good orderly direction. It's not just God. It's good orderly direction. So that lady said, Catherine, you're going to be in surgery for about 6 hours. Honey, I didn't walk nowhere. I ran over to the Staples and looked for me a living will. It's about $60. I lied to you not. Any Staples are happy. Yeah, you can print it offline for free. You sure can. Baby, I wasn't sitting there downloading no pages off no line. I went right to the store and they got it. The hospital will have what's called an advance directive, but if you got a living will is just as good. Oh, thank you, Tennessee Whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. See, a lot of these people that's on here laughing at me talking about Catherine ain't got good sense. Catherine is crazy. She dang back. But guess who ran to that store? See, I want to tell you how I ran to. I didn't walk to the store. No, baby, I ain't walk. That lady said you got to go under the night. I said I got to go under the night. Let me go get my business in order. See, the song say get your business fixed with Jesus while you have a chance. See, the chance was when the lady said, I'm going to have to put you under anesthesia. I ran to the store and I picked up. I can even show you a copy of it on my wall if I can get it. If I can get it up, I'll show you. I ran over there and I got it. I ain't walk. I ran over to the Staples. That's who sell it. Staples sell it. I don't know if FedEx, Kinko's, I don't know if they sell it. Staples have it, and if you don't want to pay $60 for it, they probably got it online. I didn't look for it online. Staples have all sorts of types of legal documents in their store. They do. That's why when people talk about, Catherine, you ain't got good sense. I got more good sense than some of these people on here. Ask them how much insurance do they got. Do they got their insurance? Ask them they got their insurance. Health insurance, life insurance. Ask them do they got theirs. Why they talking about I don't have good sense and I got mental problem. Guess what? If I got mental problems, then let me keep them. Because at least with my mental problems, I have sense to line up my business. Did they got theirs in business? Their business lined up? I heard a couple people say that. Do they have their business lined up? Do they have health insurance, life insurance, a living will? Do they got theirs lined up? I'm not working on my 18 college credits at my 18 credits that I need to graduate from Strayer. Ain't no dummy sitting in this chair. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all think because I've had some bad things that happen to me, they ain't got nothing to do with me getting my business in order. I'm not slow. Y'all think I'm slow. And I'm not slow at all. Just because I get a little anxious and a little nervous, I cannot help that. But when it comes down to me doing stuff, I do. Like the other day, I had 2 doctor's appointments to make. I made them both. One was in Philadelphia and one was not. I didn't use the excuse of I can't get there. I got on that bus. That bus take me there. That's what I did. I got on the bus and the train. And I figured out how to get there. I ain't cry because I ain't had no ride. I wasn't getting no ride before. Wasn't no need to cry over no ride. See, that's why when people talking about you ain't in your, I got better sense than that. Than to sit there and cry about somebody not coming to pick me up. People always talk about you. Right, but see, look at my life and look at yours. As jacked up as y'all say my life is, I bet you I made it. The only reason why I made my appointment the other day because the ride didn't show up. And my doctors know when I don't come somewhere, it's because of somebody else. Because they know that I catch the bus to my appointments. They know that. I catch the bus. Mimi, I tried to ask my mom, does she want to go to therapy? She told me no. So when you say that you don't want to go to therapy, now Mimi, I'm talking to you. Mimi, baby. You know Mimi, baby. Mimi, when somebody tell you they don't want to go to therapy, listen, they don't want to work on it. They don't. I'm being serious about it. Well, Tennessee Whiskey, I pray in Jesus' name that your daughter, I'm going to stop right now and pray. Father God, in Jesus' name, I thank you for this, that, and the other life, health, and strength, all that you've done, all that you're going to do. God, you said high, look low. You know all about Tennessee Whiskey and her daughter. God, I pray right now that you would fix that broken situation because we know that you don't leave anything broken. God, human beings, sometimes we misunderstand each other, we fall out. And sometimes we are blessed to make it where we can make back up, and sometimes we're not. But God, I pray that you fix this situation between Tennessee Whiskey and her daughter, God. They will come back together. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. See, I ain't so busy talking about my story and what's going on here that I ain't reading the chat and seeing what Tennessee Whiskey said about her and her daughter. I love my sister, I do. I love my sister. But she ain't never wanted to. Yeah, you can't make someone. That's right. That's right. Me, that's right. That's it right there. You can't make somebody forgive you. If they don't want to forgive you, you do like me and my sister did. We was around each other. We lived in the house for 3 whole years. We did. And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm saying this on this live. If the opportunity came for me to take care of my sister, I would do that. If I had a house where it was just me and her and my son, I would take care of my sister. Maybe I should work on that goal. Maybe that should be my goal. Try to hurry and get me a house so I can take care of my sister. See, truth be told, I don't really need to be taken care of. My sister do. See, I can get to my appointments, even though they say, Catherine, you don't need to be standing up there long. No, baby, you ain't, listen. You is not interrupting my life, Tennessee Whiskey. This is about real life. We're not beefing. Why you think I stopped halfway going over there? We can talk about real issues over here. You ain't interrupt my live. What you said was right on target. It's in line with what I'm talking about. I'm not really that close to my sister, and right now you and your daughter have some problems. I'm not upset about what you said in the chat. I'm glad that you dropped down to say it, that I can stop in and pray for you. God hears my prayers. He's going to answer your prayer. God hears my prayers. He's going to bring your daughter back around you. We're human beings. Tennessee Whiskey. Sometimes people don't get, they're not able to jump right in and get to be right, right like that. So I'm going to try to get some issues in my life straight so I can get my sister. See, if it was just me, I would stay here forever. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in a nice house, but this is not where God want me to be. Why? Because my sister got sick. See, pay attention to how that went. I'm in a nice house right now. I ain't telling y'all no lies. I'm gonna turn on the camera and show y'all. But I can't bring my sister here, so I got to go somewhere where I can bring my sister. I gotta go somewhere where I can bring my sister. I do. I gotta get some things set up for her. See, it's not about me right now. See, I get to all of my appointments, but my sister's not well. I got to put my life on the back burner for the lady that came before me. She's 8 years older than me. So I got to do some things for her. It's called sacrifice. See, I got a room upstairs. It's nice, air conditioner, fan, got a TV on the floor. But I got to think about her. See, because her daughter can't really take care of her the way that I could. She cannot. I don't need my niece to come there every day and cry. I'm not being smart right now. My niece get real emotional over my sister when something wrong. She cry. Listen, I can't stop that girl from crying, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with her crying. I'm talking about if I have her come there and do something for my sister the whole time she thinks she gonna cry. God bless her heart, she gonna cry. I'm gonna let her cry if that's what she want to do. But I'm just saying that I would have to get myself together. I got to get myself together for my sister. I don't know about my mama right now. I'm not worried about that lady over there. But I got to get myself together for my sister. Me and her, we've not been close my whole life. My mama had perpetuated us to fight each other. She did. So always pitting my older sister against me and always saying things like, she's the angel, you the devil. Well, if I'm the devil, I'm going to be the devil that wants to take care of my sister. I'll take that. I'll be the devil that wants to take care of my sister, bring her a drink of water when she's not feeling well and all that stuff like that. See, my mama didn't do right. That's okay. She left my sister down there, and my sister ain't never get over that. See, sometimes you think people, they grow up, they get older. But my sister didn't never get over the fact that my mama left her down south for 8 years. And when my mama had me, that caused a lot of grief between me and my sister. She thought that I was my favorite, that I was my mama's favorite until she learned better. My sister has always resented My mama. She would not want my mama to take care of her. She wouldn't. I just told y'all she halfway speak to my mama in the house. That's why my mama was knocking on the door and she kept on saying, "Leave me. I'm okay." She speak to her. Uh, Not my sister. Speak to who? My mama? Oh no. She'll speak to her, but she ain't halfway had nothing to do with my mama. So right now I have to hurry up and get myself together and find a place. Yeah, she left. My mama was 16 when she had my sister, so she ain't had no parental rights. So she had to leave my uh, uh, sister down south. So she pay attention. When I had my sons, I was grown. Pay attention, y'all. Y'all talking about I wasn't grown when I had Solomon. The devil is a liar. Yes, I was. I was 20. That's grown. When I had Solomon. I wasn't 16, 15, 12, none of that. I ain't had to leave Solomon. No, I did not. My grandmother and my mother, I don't know how old they were. I just know that they both left their children. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm telling the story. I'm telling you the story because I know for a fact I ain't got to go over there to the hospital and ask my sister, would she? No, she would not. Want my mama to take care of her. She left her down in South Carolina. She had some deep-seated resentment for my mama. 8 years. You know, I don't even know what I said about my sister. Oh, yes, I do. I only talked about how she used to tease me and be mean to me. But listen, in the same vein that she was mean to me, it's okay. Because I have to put what that lady did to me on the back burner and be stronger than her actions towards me as a child. I'm an adult now. That happened when I was a child. I'm not a child anymore. I'm 51. I'll be 52. If she lives, she'll be 60. I can't keep crying about what happened to me when I was a kid. My sister in the hospital with a tube down her throat. I'm gonna stand up there and cry. No, I can't stand up there and cry about her calling me names when I was a kid. She's a grown woman. I'm a grown woman. She has a daughter. I have 2 sons. My 2 sons and my niece is all dependent on me to take care of. They're dependent on me to take care of my. They're not dependent on my almost 80-year-old mama. Ain't nobody running around here for that. Don't nobody is wanting my 80-year-old mama to run after my sister. She can't. If my sister can't do nothing for herself, I see how much weight she lost. She lost a lot of weight. She did. I kept telling my mama, I said, "Mama, why she getting skinny like that?" My mom talking about, oh, she had got real skinny. I got pictures of her. She used to be chunky and heavy just like I was. 220 pounds she was. Now she look like she weigh about 110 pounds on a good day. I ain't seen her recently, so I don't know if she lost more weight. My son said he went last week and got her something to eat. Last week and got her something to eat. She ain't been coming downstairs to smoke no cigarettes. I wouldn't be able to take care of my sister at my mom's house. She would interfere too much. The type of parent that ain't gonna do nothing. You know, my sister room would need cleaning and dusting and mopping and stuff. And there she go, wants to be in charge of everything and all. See, I can't do it. Listen, I got to deal with my sister. I ain't got to deal with my mom. I don't want to deal with that lady. I don't want to deal with that lady. I'm gonna try to use the resources I know. Me and my son will take care of my sister. If I had my way, my sister would be well and she'd be going to work. That's what I would want for my sister. Even if she ain't never talked to me, that's okay. But I daggone sure would not want nothing bad to happen to my sister. It's not her fault that she grew up with resentment for my mother. It's not. My mother didn't try to make it better. See, and pay attention. Every holidays, my sister always did stuff for my mama. Bought her cars and stuff. And see, the reason why I backed up off doing stuff is because I realized the place that she was coming from, and that's why I stopped doing it. Because if you do something for somebody and you don't really want to do it, you shouldn't do it. See, and Mother's Day came this year. I ain't bought my mama nothing because I ain't want to. Honesty. I didn't buy my mother nothing because I didn't want to. Nobody could have made me bought her nothing. She's done the most nefarious things. Now her heart is broken into 1,000 pieces. I mean, this lady, I was talking to her, she didn't even tell me that my sister was in the hospital. But the fact that you ain't ride with her to the hospital, you know, listen, I just got to fix some things this week. I got my I'm sitting here writing my book while I'm talking to y'all and stuff, and I just gotta fix some things this week. That's all I got to do, fix some things. I do. I gotta get some things in order. That's why when Rico hit that panel the other day and Rico said he hoped I get my mental health together. Baby, if my mental health is jacked up, then you let it stay jacked up. Because, baby, I tell you, I know how to get your papers in. I know how to get your business fixed, and I can... As much as y'all say I be on here drag my phone. Listen. I ain't on here drag my phone past right now. I'm on here talking. This is story time about Catherine and Elisa Louise Powell. Catherine Sherelle Powell and Elisa Louise Powell. That's my sister's name. I ain't on here dragging you, Rico. You talking about I need to get my life in order. Rico, how many of those things I said that you have? I said a life insurance policy. I said health. I said life. I said health. And hold on, y'all. Life, health. Wait a minute. A life insurance policy, a health, and a living will. How many of those that you have, Rico, that you could come on here and try to clown me? How far did you go in school, Rico? See, because some of y'all come on here and y'all clown me, and I ain't never pulled out all my credentials. I told y'all that I finished high school. That's true, but I did a lot of school since high school. I went to school for pharmacy tech. I ain't finished. I went to school for medical office technology. I went to school for child. I did a lot of stuff. But the most recent thing that I am doing right now is 18 credits away from finishing my bachelor's. That's the most recent thing that I have done. I'm sitting there on a panel. I'm going to let somebody drag me that's after me. Sometimes some things ain't even worth me dragging. For real. I ain't not being smart right now. He hit the panel to say he hope I get my mental together. Sir, when you start working on your bachelor's, when you get a life insurance, health insurance, and then when you get your living will together, then you can drag me. But when you ain't got none of that together, you cannot drag me. You can't. That's one of the reasons why I backed up off of the beef sector. I didn't back up for the banter. I backed up because like yesterday, when Diva's sitting up on the panel talking about she gonna have somebody electric and gas cut off, and she know the type of games that people play in Philadelphia. That's a game in Philadelphia. That's a hustle, Kim. That's a hustle. Somebody want their landline phone on. Let me put it on in your name. They get mad at you next week and they'll call the phone company and have it cut off. That's a hustle in Philadelphia. See, I know that, and the people that was on that panel ain't know that. That's why I took it the way that I took it. I did. I've lived here 51 years. They got some hustles on here that'll make you go what they doing in Philly. Right. So see, I'm not with them hustles. When I tell you I can legitimately walk in buildings and do business, I can. I'm not a hustler. I don't have to be. I leave the hustling for the hustlers. I do. I don't play them type games. Get my phone on in your name, Kim. Next week, Kim can call Verizon and tell them to cut it off. Kim, we know how they work over here in Philadelphia. Get the gas and electric on in Kim's name. Next week, Kim get mad. She called right down to gas and electric and have it cut off. But the folks act like they understand what I was trying to say yesterday. It's not about you paying the bill. If that bill in somebody else's name, they can have it cut off. See, they do it all the time right here in Philadelphia where I live. It's a hustle. Because they can't get it in their name because they owe the gas and electric company. That's why they go get somebody else. See, y'all don't know the game. Go get it in somebody else's name. Run the bill up to a couple or whatever. ZX, that you do that, ZX? I'm just saying, ZX, ain't that why you had that $8,000 water bill? See, I was putting it down, but the people wasn't picking it up. Ain't that why you had that $8,000 water bill? That's why you was standing outside using the bathroom? If you're going to talk about me. Right. See, you want to talk about me, I can talk about myself. Story time with Catherine. Reason why I haven't covered Nolan Wells stuff yet is because his stuff, I'm going to say a little bit about Nolan Wells right now. Station break, since y'all say I run my commentary. Station break. Station break. The story with Nolan Wells is more than disheartening. To take out somebody's box, their throat I'm talking about, and send it with them where they're going is very hard. Because it just to listen to the young man speak. His name was Wyatt, I believe. Yes, justice for Nolan Wells. Y'all can type that in my chat if you like. The story about Nolan Wells is one that is the most disheartening story I've heard in a very long time. And I'm going to go through some details. We've talked about me for enough. I can tell y'all about Nolan Wells without me even doing any notes. I'm doing this off the top of my head. The other day, Wyatt sat down with Officer Tatum, and he gave an explanation of what happened. But no one paid attention to what the young man said. He never said that anybody on the boat had life jackets. He never said that no one on the boat had rafts, you know, to throw in the water so that you could hold on to it and they could put. I listened to it. Who goes out on the water and don't have a life jacket on? I'm talking about a yacht. I'm not talking about being on no cruise ship. On a cruise ship, there are trained personnel there, medical. Everybody that's on the cruise is trained in their area of expertise. Everybody. They have doctors on the ship. They have nurses on the ship. The cooks and everybody are trained to be there. They're not just there. If a medical emergency happens, they're ready to spring into action. However, the captain of the cruise ship, doesn't matter whether it's the Odyssey, the Seven, doesn't matter what kind of cruise ship it is, he has to have a license to operate that cruise ship. Why these folks around here talking about they was on a boat, see, I know that they ain't had no type of formal training when you ain't had no life jackets on. See, I know that nobody was supposed to operate that boat because you ain't had no life jacket. See, a yacht is significantly smaller than a boat. You could put a yacht on top of a cruise ship. This young man was doing all this talk about how they was out there. And then when he said he had his phones, he did, wait. Why did you have the young man's phone? That right there says that you didn't anticipate him calling for anybody for help. You were trying to stop him. Yeah, to drive a boat, you need a license. When the operator asked him, what are your coordinate points in the water? That told it right there that wasn't nobody on that boat that should have been operating that boat. Why? Because you can't just operate a boat. You got to know the coordinates in the water. North, south, east, west, and what numbers they are geographically in the water is different than on land. On land, you have north, south, east, and west. You know, like Germantown might be east and west. North Philly might be north and south. Right. So in the water, it's a whole lot different. Here we go with this young man giving a whole interview to Officer Tatum. And when he started talking, some of the stuff that he said, I was just like, is he serious? You got on a boat, a yacht, whatever you would call it, a small vessel, and you ain't have no life jacket on? Wait a minute, wait. You got on a boat, the thing that goes in the water, and you ain't had no life jacket on? Ain't nobody had no life jacket on? See, that sounded strange to me, okay? It did. Because boats are, although they can be operated safely, sometimes boats capsize. I'm talking about yachts. Sometimes they capsize. And although the people might have on life jackets and rafts and all that, sometimes people perish. So for him to be so blatantly about the fact that they was out there without nothing on and then say they ain't had no pictures, it just sounds suspicious. Mama is a stepmama, a judge. Daddy is a toxicologist. Toxicology means the person that checks the individual to see if there is any alcohol, any drugs in their system. That's what a toxicologist does. A pathologist does something totally different in the morgue. I am not too sure that a toxicologist will work in the morgue. I'm not too sure. I know what a coroner does. Coroner checks to see, and that's why when that coroner was up there the other day talking, the thing that the coroner said about them removing his voice box. Listen, what y'all don't understand when y'all are listening to this story, the people that are in these other professions that are not in Mississippi, they can't really say what they think because they haven't examined Nolan Wells' body. So therefore, they can't say, if they think that how he left here was nefarious, they can say that behind the camera. They can say it when the camera not rolling. Right, Zero Lightning said, wait a minute, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna read your comments out loud, of course. iCloud holds all deleted messages for 30 days. Okay. If Nolan decided to stay behind, why would he leave his phone behind? No one does that. That's what I said when Wyatt was talking. Oh, so he voluntarily left his phone behind, huh? So he's on an island, and on an island, you can't call for help on an island. Y'all hold on for a minute, I gotta check something. These people they said it was a lot of people on the island. And you gonna tell me listen, a boat, a yacht, it has a capacity of people. Even a cruise ship though. They all have a capacity of the amount of people that can be on it. I'm gonna say if it was the Odyssey of the Seas, maybe that's 10,000. Maybe that's 10,000 people. I know the Odyssey of the Seas holds a lot of people. So maybe if it was the Odyssey of the Seas, maybe that was, Kim, that was a red flag. None of y'all got on no life preservers and that girl ain't talking. What's her name? Katie? I mean, Wyatt's speech, his words were so volatile. He said, Nolan, you messing with Katie, man, you're crazy. Huh? Nolan, you're messing. Good. Hi, Benjamin. If you're messing with Katie, you're crazy. When he was saying that on the panel, I just really didn't understand that. Yeah, that's true, Pam. Yeah. I always hate summer because all you hear is drownings and accidents in water. Yeah, but it happens all year round. And see, you're right about that, Zero Lightness. You're absolutely right about that. Hold on. You're 100% right about that. You ain't told no, hold on, y'all. Yeah, you are absolutely right about that. All the way, 100. 100. Right about that. About that, all the way. And to see that grandpa, yeah, see, Zero Lightness, you're not that far away from me. You know how it is in Cape May and Ocean City, New Jersey. You know how it is up there. I done been up there. Hey, Vibrant. Yeah, it's just deep, you know? But, yeah, I'm going to try to get some things in order. I didn't pull up anything, but I heard Schuler King. I don't know if you all listen to Schuler, and I don't know if you all know that Schuler's everyday profession is a licensed mortician. I mean, he comes on here for the laugh and giggles. That is true. But his everyday 9 to 5 profession is a licensed mortician, which means that he embalms people. So when he actually started explaining about that voice box, he actually got into it. I mean, for real, got into it. He explained it because somebody asked him to, and I listened to what he said. Yeah. Yes, Wildwood. And it's always sad. Hold on. Right next door. Right, so that's how that goes. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm sitting here talking to y'all, I'm writing. And, yeah, Zero Lightness, maybe, what I'm gonna do is, for the Philadelphia folks, Kim, Zero Lightness, we probably could plan some type of, I know Reed is here too. ZX, you are not invited. Whatever I'm getting ready to say, ZX, you are not invited. And you will not be able to spoil our plans. This is not no Sean Bradley Operation Petty. Because some people do stuff and they just think that listen. Some folks, my phone rang. Hold on, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? My phone had rang, and that was the reason why. Yeah, he calls women's hookers. Yeah. Always talking about, can you dig it? Can you dig it? Yeah, we can dig you staying away. That's what we can dig. Dig you staying somewhere else. Yeah. Dig you staying away. DX calls, yeah, he calls black women everything. And just talk about he was gonna marry somebody. I ain't hear nothing about that fake marriage that he kept telling you about. And that girl that was on that live with him that night, I told y'all that she was a lady of the night. Hello, Sheila. Yeah, we were in here talking about the case about Nolan. So what happened was my phone rang, and but we're gonna go back to talking about the case because I want to give you all a little bit of information that y'all might not know about, okay? That I heard yesterday. So what happened with Nolan was he's going out with his friends, and I don't know who bought the alcohol. Let me be real quick to say that because they're 18. See, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes when I go in the store, it's the reason why I'm getting ready to say what I'm getting ready to say. I don't mind somebody asking me at 51 how old I am. Why? Because you should ask me that. Yes, that's your job. However, these are underage kids. Why you ain't asking them that? Because you can't buy no alcohol at 18. And sometimes it's often said that they needed to push the age back a little bit from 21 to 25. Nonetheless, they had alcohol. Shoot, I go in the store here sometimes, and the people be like, oh, we don't got a card. You don't got a card? See, because if they do that here, I can imagine what they do over there where they're at. Hold on for 1 minute. Hold on for 1 minute, y'all. Hold on. 1 minute. It's getting warm down here. I have to put the air on because I'm getting hot. Hold on. So, um, so, okay, all right. So what happens is they were able to purchase alcohol. Now, I don't know whether they went to the store and they purchased the alcohol or someone purchased it for them. I'm not too sure how it happened. Hold on, y'all. I got to run outside for 1 minute. I got to put the phone down. I want to go outside my phone. Hold on. Anyway, like I was getting ready to say, so what happens is, what happened with the Kayla situation was, with the Wyatt situation, Nolan, is they're out on a boat, and he says that water begins to come in the boat. See, and this is why I'm telling y'all that they were outside, and people weren't trained to be out there. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you operate a boat, a captain or a person with a license, they check all of that. A yacht is not like a cruise ship. Listen, a yacht is not like a cruise ship. Life experiences have taught me this. When you're going into those type of things, then what will tend to happen is the person who's supposed to be responsible is responsible for the boat. Now he's saying that it was going to happen over, right? So yeah, I was listening to that, and that just sounded like a crock. So wait a minute, you gonna tell me water is coming to the boat? He was telling the story yesterday, and not one time did this boy mention a life jacket, a raft. That story started sounding fishy, like Charlie Tuna over there. It started sounding real fishy, talking about the water started coming to the boat. So if you were having problems with the boat, then they say they called 911. It just got real strange. It did. So are they saying that they had problems off the boat and everybody had to swim? But it was hundreds of people out there. That's what was said yesterday. I don't know if y'all are listening to Miss Parker. She's giving a good analysis of it, and as well as the open book. The open book has been following it from when it first happened. If y'all don't listen to the open book, that's her channel name, Open Book. The other night she did an almost 4-hour live about the autopsy, the funeral. Listen, she did a very good analysis of what has happened. Because these people are trying to make it seem like Nolan's mama and daddy is money hungry. And I don't know them folks, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. Now, they say he got some relations to some folks that's already playing professional football or basketball or something. They said that the other day. And soon as somebody go get Ben Crump, you will think that no, that's not how they work. How they work with attorneys in civil cases. This is a civil case. Right now, it's not criminal. In a civil case, the lawyer can contact the family to be the representative. And so how it usually works is Ben Crump is not licensed in all those states. How law works. He probably is licensed in Florida, and he may be licensed a few more. So how it works is what he will do is he will get in, if he's coming to Philadelphia, he may not be licensed in the state of Pennsylvania, but he will reach out to somebody here who is a civil attorney, and they will do what's called a collaboration. I keep telling people he's not licensed in all 50 states. People sound ridiculous. No, that's not how that works. He's licensed where he took his bar exam. And then he has other states that he is licensed in, but he ain't licensed in all 50 states and then United. Of course not. He may be licensed in like 6 states, and they could be Florida, it could be Louisiana, and it could be a couple other states. Oh, my fault, not Louisiana, Mississippi, and it could be other states, but he ain't licensed in all 50 because each state has different laws. Each state has different rights. So that's why, without me even looking up and typing in his information, I know that that man ain't licensed in all 50 states. Wherever he took, I want to say that he's licensed in Florida right now. Yeah, I want to say Florida right now. But I don't really know that unless I look it up. But he's handling this case at the top with over there in Mississippi. So Mississippi could be one. Right. So, yeah. Right, Kenneth. See, that's what I said. I said that a long time ago when people talking about no. It's like if something happened here in Philadelphia, what he would do is he would hear about it, how I know he works. He hear about it. He reaches out to a lawyer here or reaches out to a family, and then just like he's representing them, he's represented Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. He got this one. He got a couple of them now. Got a couple of them. Now, he represented George Floyd, Minnesota, Trayvon Martin down there in Florida, and that's why I think he's from Florida, because he did represent Trayvon Martin when that happened. Now, that, if I'm not mistaken, let me look that up. Hold on. I don't like to tell people the wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, he dropped the Tamir case because there was no money for him to get. Oh, that's crazy. Wait a minute, let me see if it did. So what I'm gonna do is I want to get some accurate facts. About this Nolan Wells case. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come off here right now, go get my facts together, and I'll be back in like an hour or two. I'll be back in an hour or two. I don't like to talk to people without facts like this. Now I had to stop and go look it up. No, I'm going to get off here, go do my research, and I'll be back in like an hour or two, and we can have a very good conversation about Nolan Wells.